Welcome to Bookmas, day 17. All the book series I'm in the middle of, at least, I think. Hello my friends, welcome to Bookmas day 17. I'm so excited you're here with me today. Today's Bookmas videos is in place of my Friday book chat, so today we're going to be chatting about all the book series I'm in the middle of, at least, I think. Let's get into it. I'm going to be honest with you guys about two things. One, this video is going to be basically solely romance books and fantasy romantic books because I'm trying to branch out into different genres, but those tend to be my favorite genres, and when I do branch out, I tend to grab books that are like standalones. So that's the kind of books we're going to be talking about, the kind of book series. Number two, when I decided to film this video, when I brainstormed it, I thought it was going to be really quick and really fast and really simple, but yeah, it turns out I'm in the middle of more book series than I thought I was. Surprise, surprise. So settle in and let's chat some book series. We're going to start with the fantasy books. The game plan is to tell you the book, tell you a quick synopsis, and why I'm in the middle of it if I plan to continue. Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. This is a fantasy romantic book. All these books will be fantasy romances for this category. I'm not going to say it every time. I might say it every time, knowing myself, but I'm going to try not to say it every time. Shield of Sparrows, this one is about monsters. They are creepy monsters. It has a magic system in it, and it's about a royal princess and a monster hunter. It is amazing. It is part of the... Holy crap, this author has written so many books. This is the only book by her that I've read. We're going to need to look into that, but anyways, I'll put the series down below, but this one I loved. Very good. Do I plan on continuing? Yes. Why haven't I continued yet? The next book's not out yet. Only reason why. I'm going to get it as soon as it comes out. Next up is... Alright, so we're going to have to look up the series because this is going to suck without knowing, so I'm sorry if this takes a little longer. Alright, so fun fact. The series is currently called Shield of Sparrows. So that was easy. The next series is the Coven of Bones series. I've read 2 of the books out of this trilogy. I have read The Coven and The Curse. This series is by Harper L. Woods. Please ignore Quincy playing. We all know by now that that's what she does when I try to chat with you guys on Friday. Quincy always joins our Friday book chats, but this series is a dark romance fantasy. It is about witches and it's dark academia, I believe. It has to do with the headmaster and witches and a coven, and there are 3 books in the series. I've read the first 2. I enjoyed the first 2. I remember when I read them, I really liked them. Do I plan on continuing? Yes, I do. Why have I not continued yet? Well, book 3 just came out maybe like 2 months ago, and I have not yet purchased it, so I need to still purchase it to continue it. And also, I only vaguely remember these books, so like that's why I haven't jumped to purchase it yet. Miss Gwen, I'm so sorry, but that's why I haven't jumped to purchase it yet, is because I can only vaguely remember those, so I feel like I need a refresher. Next up is the Adenishire series. Adenishire, I hope I said that correctly. The only book I've read from that is A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic. This series is by J. Penner. There are 5 books in this series, at least so far, and I do plan to continue this series. This series is like a cozy romantasy series. The first book follows our female main character. There's a whole bunch of different like creatures in this series, so keep that in mind. It is science fiction and fantasy, I suppose. There's a whole bunch of different like creatures. There's fae, there's dwarves, there's basically everything you can think of. This one follows a bake-off, but I do believe the next ones follow like a little bit of different storylines. They are interconnected standalones, so some of the characters from this story are getting books of their own, and the other 4, I believe. So this one follows a bake-off, but I believe the other ones have like different storylines with so cozy fantasy. Do I plan to continue this series? Yes, I do. Why have I not? Honestly, the only reason is I still need to buy the next books, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I have so many books to read, so I just need to pick up the next one so I can continue the series. But I really enjoyed this one, and I highly recommend it. So definitely read this if you like cozy fantasy, and read this if you like dangerous fantasy, adventure fantasy. If you like dark academia fantasy. Okay, cool. Anyways, let's continue. The next series is the Spell Shop series by Sarah Beth Durst. I have read 2 books from it, The Spell Shop and The Enchanted Greenhouse, and these books are a cozy fantasy as well. They are really, really fun. They're really, really sweet. There's going to be a 3rd book, I believe. I have not read it because it is not out yet, but these ones are really fun. The first one follows our main character. She is a librarian who goes on an adventure to an island from her childhood and starts to like help save that island, make jam, that kind of stuff. And then the second one is also, she was a librarian. She was turned into a statue. She wakes up on an island that's covered in snow and greenhouses, and she works to help save the greenhouses. So I kind of completely forgot that they both like look to save the islands that they end up on. That's so adorable. Yes, so this one is a cozy fantasy series. I have not continued yet because book 3 is not out yet, but I do plan to continue it as soon as it comes out because I love these and I highly recommend them if you enjoy cozy fantasy. Okay, next up is not a fantasy novel, but I'm going to edit in right here because it's in the stack right here. It's the only one in this category. It's technically a young adult mystery thriller. It is The Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy. This is book number 1. I have not read books number 2 or 3 yet because I did not own them, but I got them in my book advent calendar. So I will be continuing this series in 2026. It is a really fun series. This book follows our female main character as a high school senior, and she was working on her capstone project to solve a murder that happened in her town. And it's really fun. It's really fast paced, and I loved it. So if you're into like thriller novels, but you want something a little bit like lighter because it's young adult, give this series a try. And I do plan to continue the next 2 in the new year because, like I said, I just got them. Oh, I already finished this series. That one doesn't count. The next series that I'm in the middle of is the Ashen series by Demi Winters. I have read 1 book out of this series, and it was A Road of Bones. And then I own book 2 out of this series, and that is Kingdom of Claw. These are fat fantasy books. They are Viking fantasies. Our female main character is a ruthless assassin, and she joins forces with a group of mercenaries and must be cunning to escape with her life. This one, I remember I loved it when I read it. Absolutely loved it, but I feel like I read it over a year ago. And that's the only reason why I have not picked up this one yet. I really like Viking fantasies. I think they're so fun. And I remember these characters, everything about it, absolutely adored. But this one is just so fat. And I feel like since it's been a while since I read that one, I'm just a little intimidated to pick up this one. And I do know that a 3rd book is going to be coming out in 2026. So I'm kind of like, I might just wait and then read them like back to back when the 3rd one comes out and make it kind of like a whole marathon thing. So that's why I haven't continued, but I do plan on continuing because I remember I really enjoyed this one, and so I think I will really enjoy this one as well. I hope I don't mix up my books too much. I had to pull them off so many of my shelves. Anyways, next up is the Saga of the Unfated Duology. This is book number 1, A Fate Inked in Blood. This is the only one I have read. It is by Danielle L. Jensen, and I remember I really enjoyed this one. I also own book number 2, A Curse Carved in Bone. I believe this is the end of the series of the duology, I believe, and yeah, I own this one. I just have not gotten around to reading it yet. This one follows a shield maiden. She was blessed by the gods. What's up, Ram? She was bound in an unwanted marriage, but then she ends up showing that she's a shield maiden. So a man who believes he's destined to be king wants her, and it leads on a whole adventure. And I remember I really enjoyed this one. So I just need to pick up number 2 and finish it up. I haven't gotten around to it yet. Okay. Next up is a trilogy, and that is the Caravel trilogy by Stephanie Garber. This is book number 1. I've read book number 2, and then I also own book number 3, I've read book number 1. I also own book number 2 and 3, which are Legendary and Finale, and I have not read these 2 yet. So I read this one way back when it came out, and I loved it. Absolutely adored it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. But completely forgot about it and never knew the 2 more came out. Never knew it was a trilogy. Never knew at all. So I did not ever like have these books on my radar. And then I was at a bookstore one day and I saw them and I was like, I need these. So I picked them up. But since it's been so long since I read Caravel, I feel like I need to reread Caravel before I dig into these 2 because it's been literal years. So like I feel like I need to make it a whole like reread this and then dig into these 2, and I just haven't gotten it yet because I just have too many books on my radar. But I did enjoy these books. Oh, what are they about? My bad. So this one follows. Honestly, she gets stuck in a game of Caravel. It's It's only a game, but it's basically a game of survival, and she goes in there to try and save her sister, from what I remember. And I just remember it was so fun, and it was kind of like a carnival caravel little mix, and it was really, really enjoyable. And I believe the next one follows like the sister, and then this follows both of them, if I know correctly. But it was really fun and really enjoyable. I do plan on finishing it. I do recommend them, and yeah, I just haven't gotten around to them yet. All right, guys, we only have 3 fantasy series left. So the next one is quite a popular series, and that is the Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros, which is Fourth Ring, Iron Flame, and Onyx Storm. So I'm sure you guys probably know, but this is a high fantasy novel about dragons, about the Dragon Academy, about war school, and yeah, it's really good. It's really high paced. It's really exciting, and I absolutely loved it. I do recommend it. I do plan on reading it again. Or reading, technically I would like to read it again, but I do plan on continuing the series. The reason I have not is because the next one's not out yet, but Fourth Ring, absolutely love. If you haven't read it by any chance and you are into fantasy and dragons and war college, literally, what are you waiting for? Next up is another book about dragons, and that is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. This is part of the, let me look up the series. The Moonfall series, that's a fun name. This is part of the Moonfall series, and all I remember is that our female main character was an assassin, and she somehow gets caught up with a Khan, so like a king, that is very depressed and on a quest to revenge his great love. And things happen, and there's stuff from like the past that is returned, and there's a lot of tragedy in it. There's a bunch of world building in it, and yeah, I just remember it's like a dense fantasy about an assassin and king looking for revenge and world of dragons. It was really enjoyable. I did enjoy it, but I feel like it moved a little bit slow. I will say that, but I really liked it, and I will continue the series. The next book has not come out yet, so that is why I've not continued. Do I recommend it? If you like fantasy, high fantasy novels, I do. If you like heavy world building, I do. Speaking of heavy world building, this is the series that I think might have had the heaviest world building. Might have been, no, I think it just might have been the densest book. Or I just might not have been in the right place when I read it. And that is the Nightfall novel series by Chloe C. Penarenda. And the first book is The Stars Are Dying. This is the only one that I have read. And then the second book is The Night is Defying. I have not read this one yet. And then the third book has recently come out, but I do not own that one yet. So, this book, all I remember is that our female main character like had missing memory. She couldn't remember things, but she was being led from like a voice in her head to this kingdom, and she ends up in the Libertatum, which is like a series of trials hosted by the king that gives humans lands safety from vampires for a cycle. And there's a lot that happened in this book, so I feel like the synopsis of it doesn't really give justice of what happened, but it is about our female main character. She is missing a lot of her memory, and she's trying to basically save her part of the kingdom. So she enters these trials called the Libertatum for a certain reason. You'll find out that reason. No spoilers here, but she enters these trials called the Libertatum to try and protect her part of the kingdom, and a lot happens. And in the meantime, she is dealing with this voice in her head that is claiming to help her, but she's not really sure. And yeah, it was a really good novel, and I really enjoyed it. And I obviously remember a lot about it, so it made an impact. But I read this in like January, and I don't think I was in a place to read it because it took me forever to read, and I like slogged through it. So when I ended up getting this one, I haven't had the urge to pick it up yet. Like, I want to, and I feel like I'll enjoy it, but I have not. So do I plan on continuing it? I do plan on continuing it. I think I'm gonna pick up the third novel whenever there's like a sale, and then continue it and see how I feel after that. But yeah, I just remember it took me a long time to get through it, and it felt really heavy, but I think it was good, and I do want to continue it. Do I recommend it? If you like fantasy like that, yes. If you don't like dense fantasy, maybe give it a pass, but I'll let you know. We'll read the next ones together, and we'll see if maybe like I was just in a bad place mentally. You know, you never know. But with that, excitingly, we're gonna move on to romance series. So let's jump right in. The first romance series that I am in the middle of is the Campus series by L. Kennedy. I've currently read The Graham Effect. This one is a college sports romance. Our female main character is on the hockey team, so is our male main character. They team up to try and both get what they want, and romance starts to happen. Book number 2 is the Dixon Rule, and book number 3 is the Charlie Method. They follow other characters from the same campus, and I believe they are also sports romances. Hockey player, they might both be hockey. Okay, so all the males play hockey, all the females do something a little bit different. But I have not read book 2 or 3 yet. I do own them, but I just haven't picked them up. I think they're just a little bit thick, and I've just been a little bit intimidated. But I do really want to pick them up because I really enjoyed book number 1. So I do plan on continuing this series. I just haven't yet. So that is a goal of mine in 2026, is to continue this series. Very much so. The next series is the Mountain Man Matchmaker series by Amy Dawes. This is book number 1, 9-month contract. This is the only one I have read, but I do also own book number 2, which is 7-Year Itch. I have not read this one yet, and then I did book number 3 in my advent calendar, but I have obviously not read that yet. So this one is a spicy romance. It is a convenience kind of thing because she is his surrogate. She's trying to save up money for a big goal she has, and he wants a baby, so she needs a surrogate, so she's trying to be a surrogate. So that is what this book is about, and it was fun. It was spicy. It was a fun mountain romance. And then this one, I believe, follows the brother of the male main character in this one, and I believe they go it is the brother, and then it is a sister-in-law's best friend, and they have to be stuck together on a destination wedding, I believe. So that one sounds really fun. I have not read it yet. I do believe it's going to be just as spicy as this one, and I believe the next one follows another brother. So I believe this is just all the brothers that live on this mountain together, and they're really fun. They're quite spicy. The banter is fun. Do I plan to continue the series? Yes I do. Why have I not continued the series yet? I haven't gone around to it. It doesn't really feel like a wintry read for me. That feels more of if it is wintry, it's I'm begging for springtime. So I'll probably be picking that up sometime in March. We'll see. I don't know what this series is called. I don't know what any of these series are called. I don't, do I? All it says is titles by Carly Fortune. Every summer after Meet Me at the Lake, this summer will be different. So this is This Summer Will Be Different. This book I have read is by Carly Fortune. Another book in this series is One Golden Summer, also by Carly Fortune. Technically, this is book number 3, and this is book number 4 in the series, so this one does come after this one. However, I have not read this one because I believe it follows the characters from Every Summer After, which is book number 1. I do not own book number 1 or 2 yet, so I think I need to read book number 1 and 2 before I read this one. So I really enjoyed this one. It was a fun, spicy summer romance, and it was really cute, really fluffy. Very much enjoyed. It was brother's best friend romance. And then this one I've not read yet because I need to pick up book number 1 and 2. I do plan to continue the series. I just think I need to pick up those books this spring, this summer, and I'm going to dig into the whole series this upcoming summer. So I do plan to continue it. I do recommend it if you like fun, summery, spicy romance. Really fun, really great. I just need to wait for the next summer season to get it read. Next up is the Souls trilogy. This is book number 1, Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue. This book I have read. It is a dark college romance. She unleashes a demon, and it's mixed up in that. So this book was really fun. It was quite spicy, I believe. There are 2 more in the series. I have not read them yet. I do not own them yet because I was waiting for the fancy versions to come out. I believe book number 2 may have been released. Maybe not, but if it has, I need to pick it up. I do plan to continue it. I just, like I said, was waiting for these versions to come out so they'll all match, and then I'll get that one, and I'll get book number 3. It was a spicy, dark academia romance with a student and a demon, and yeah, I remember it was really fun. And it was my first introduction into dark romance, so that's a fun fact. Next up is the Into Darkness series. Book number 1 is Lights Out. Book number 2 is Caught Up. I have read both of these ones so far. These are a dark romance series. This one is a stalker romance. This one is a mafia romance, and they're really fun. They are kind of light and fluffy for dark romance, I would say, and I like them. I enjoyed them. I do plan on continuing the series. The next book comes out next fall, so I'll pick it up next fall and I'll read it next fall. It's just like I'm reading the series as it comes out. They're fun, they're enjoyable, they're a great like intro to dark romance if you don't want like the heavy dark romance quite yet. These ones are fun. Okay, and then the final series that I'm in the middle of, oh, well, I didn't grab book number 1, but book number 1 is Butcher and Blackbird. It is the Ruinous Love trilogy, and books number 2 are Feather and Lark and Scythe and Sparrow. I have not read books number 2 and 3. I have read book number 1, which is why it is tucked away in my books somewhere. But I have not read books number 2 and 3 because honestly, after I read book number 1, I enjoyed it and I really liked it. I liked the love. I thought it was fun, but my urge to continue just wasn't there at the time. I was not in the romance mood. I think I was more in a fantasy mood. So I have not picked these ones up yet, but I do plan on finishing this trilogy and I do think I like it. If you like dark romance, I think you would like these. I think they are again like a I say fun, light dark romance, even though like some of the stuff in book number 1 was not that light. But still, like if you read dark romance, I feel like you will understand the differences maybe. But this is a fun trilogy, and I like book 1, so I do plan on picking up book number 2 and 3. I just haven't done it yet. Okay, my friends, so that is definitely not all the series I'm in the middle of, but those are all the series that I found when I was starting to make this video and sat down to make it. So those are the series you get. I definitely am in the middle of a bunch more, so if you know any I'm in the middle of that I did not mention, comment down below, and I'd love to know any series that you guys are in the middle of, and if you're in the middle of any of these, also which ones I need to pick up next, like which ones do I definitely need to get into, because I get overwhelmed picking my books. But yeah, those are all the series I'm in the middle of. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a fabulous December. Live well, read some books, go to school, my friends. Bye. Bookmas Day 17.